Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, density debate. The infill rule changes being considered as Edmontonians raise their concerns to council. Refund run, why season ticket holders want their money back from a local baseball club. And karaoke community, the connections and lessons amongst contestants at a singing competition.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
A second long day at City Hall with City Council hearing from both sides of Edmonton's infill debate. Councillors are weighing the need to add density in a growing city against the impact infill has on people who already live in mature neighborhoods. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports, Council is narrowing down a list of possible bylaw changes.
Infill homes are popping up everywhere inside the ring road, especially in the core, an intentional result of Edmonton's new zoning bylaw that kicked in last year.
We want to make sure that we are building a financially, environmentally sustainable city that remains affordable.
That change is disruptive. Kelly Petrick knows about that firsthand.
I think my situation has been dubbed the Crestwood situation.
2 multiplexes are being built beside her home, a disruption to daily life many of the people speaking to councillors can relate to.
It is out of nowhere, and it's been a steep learning curve.
After 18 months under the new zoning rules, Council is considering a number of changes. City staff recommend reducing the maximum units on a mid-block lot from 8 to 6, requiring more windows on the front of a building and shrinking the maximum building length by 2 meters. They also advise limiting the number of side entrances on multiplexes, building homes further apart, and keeping side stairs from sticking out too far. Adjustments one industry rep considers reasonable compromise.
We live in a cool city that's been trying to do a lot of interesting things more rapidly than any other city, and to some extent that puts us out ahead of the pack, and then sometimes we get our toes clipped a little bit, and it's fine.
At the same time, infill advocates and some builders say backtracking on size and maximum units would hurt the city's goals.
We now have a building that is shorter and narrower. We lose the third bedroom that makes a home viable for a family. We lose the square footage needed to build barrier-free homes. We lose storage, open concept layouts, and natural light.
We won't be able to satisfy everybody on either side. I know that, but I think we're trying to figure out what is going to be the best interest of the city and Edmontonians.
And CTV's Jeremy Thompson joins us live from City Hall this evening, where today's debate is just wrapping up. So, Jer, how much longer is this entire thing expected to take?
Yeah, pretty much as long as it takes, Matt. Basically, the 150 plus people have registered to talk to council on this topic. That includes Monday's session as well. And so council is just continuing to hear from people, panel after panel. Today's session, as you said, is just sort of wrapping up here around 5 o'clock. They have tomorrow booked for this as well. And council's summer break is scheduled to happen starting next week. However, Mayor Sohi tells me he is committed to finishing this process. That is hearing from everybody and making a decision on these possible changes to infill rules before council takes that break. That means we're likely back here tomorrow and possibly even next week. Matt?
All right, Jeremy Thompson live at City Hall tonight. Thank you. The city says it only takes 2 minutes to double-check your voter information ahead of the municipal election this fall. As part of the Local Authorities Election Act, the city must now use a permanent electors register. Edmonton Elections is using the provincial system voter link to compile a list of voters. It says it may not include Edmontonians who recently moved or who just became eligible to vote for the first time. The city is urging everyone to verify their voter information by August 15th.
It's always much easier if we show up at the voting station, you're already on the list. So this is the same as when you vote in provincial or federal elections. It's just going to make your experience a little bit easier, and we just want to make voting easy and accessible for all eligible Edmontonians.
If you missed the registration deadline, you can register at your assigned voting station during advance voting or on Election Day. To see if you are registered to vote or to register, visit edmonton.ca/elections. It's business as usual at Edmonton's airport after operations were temporarily stopped this morning because of a bomb threat. Just after 4 a.m., police learned of bomb threats against airports in Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, Winnipeg, Montreal, and Ottawa. Nearly 3 hours later, NAV Canada said, quote, following the evacuation of a number of our sites and subsequent threat assessment by authorities, service is gradually resuming at affected sites, end quote. Police say the control tower at Edmonton International was the subject of one of those threats. After an extensive search, nothing suspicious was found. The airport declined our request for an interview.
These sorts of things are so rare, and just about every single time it's a hoax. But in this case, the thing that gives me any pause at all is the fact that it was a coordinated set of bomb threats across the country.
YAG says 4 flights were affected. Alberta Health Services says someone with measles visited the Stollery Children's Hospital yesterday. AHS says anyone who was at the Stollery Emergency Department between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. may have been exposed to measles. The alert also includes the University of Alberta Hospital foyers between the 112th and 114th Street entrances. AHS says anyone unvaccinated for measles should monitor for symptoms and call the measles hotline if symptoms develop. The province is reporting 10 new cases of measles today. None are in Edmonton. A 33-year-old woman who was hit by a train last week has died. The crash involved a Canadian Pacific Kansas City Railway train. It happened last Thursday morning on 51st Avenue between 99th Street and Gateway Boulevard. The woman was taken to hospital in critical condition. Police say she has since died. No charges have been laid. A new pilot project aims to give women and their children escaping violence more effective support. The project is using a centralized call system. Instead of calling individual shelters, people can call 211 for help. The pilot project is trying to help callers get quicker access to available beds in Edmonton, Sturgeon County, and Strathcona County. If no shelter space is available, they will be directed to other services and support.
The big part of this is that we want no woman turned away, and that is the thing that we've been really fighting for and really trying to get.
The new system will also provide data on the severity of unmet shelter demands in the Edmonton area. This way, the province will have a better idea of where to allocate resources. The pilot project ends in December. Investigators are working to confirm whether a tornado touched down in the Drayton Valley area last night. These pictures show the suspected tornado near Lodgepole shortly after 5 p.m. Investigators from Environment and Climate Change Canada, as well as the Northern Tornado Project, are heading out to do a damage assessment. Meteorologist Josh Clausen says he's almost certain the funnel cloud touched down and became a tornado. It will likely be ranked an EF0. This would be the 4th tornado in Alberta this year. Well, Josh, not to steal all your thunder, but there was quite a bit of severe weather in our area yesterday, especially to the west of the city.
Yeah, really active. All of those severe storms missed the Edmonton area. I mean, Stony Plain got hit with a thunderstorm around 7 p.m. yesterday. The city basically missed out. Look at this shot, though. This was from the supercell up around Valley View around 7 p.m. last night. Look at the structure on that thing. Thanks to Darlene for sending that photo in. Just a spectacular shot there. You also had some severe thunderstorms south Red Deer that were producing some large hail. There were actually a number of severe thunderstorms that produced some damaging wind gusts, some large hail in northwestern Alberta. And again today, this time north of Valley View, this time up around High Prairie, you've got some thunderstorms. Non-severe, but some thunderstorms nonetheless. Scattered showers elsewhere. Here in Edmonton, clouds have kind of been in and out through the day today. More clouds than sunshine, but there have been a few sunny breaks. And occasionally, a couple neighborhoods with some scattered showers. Now, it looks like off to the west, that's starting to break down, but I think there's still a slight chance that you may see a hit-and-miss shower in and around the Edmonton area early to mid-evening. Then we'll get some clearing overnight tonight. This is what it looks like right now with the CTV drone. You can see a little pocket of blue off on the right-hand side of your screen there. That's a spectacular shot from the CTV drone. Not only less active today in the Edmonton area and across central and north central Alberta, a lot cooler, 17 degrees in Edmonton right now. 19 so far is the daytime high. We'll get the official number just after 6. I think we might get to 20. Either way, 19 or 20 is going to be a couple of degrees cooler than average and well below the 32 that we posted yesterday for a daytime high. We'll be in the same ballpark tomorrow, about 11 degrees in the morning with some sunshine, sunny with a few clouds, and 21 tomorrow afternoon. Heat returns next week, but not before another chance of showers or thunderstorms this weekend. Those details in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Two favorite kids' worlds will collide in a new exhibit coming to the TELUS World of Science this fall. Jurassic World by Brickman uses Lego to recreate dinosaurs and scenes from the movie. Brickman is a team of Lego artists led by Australian Lego master Ryan McNaught. In total, the crew uses 6 million bricks to create the dino exhibit. Edmonton is the first Canadian stop for the show. TELUS World of Science says it's an experience as soon as you enter.
You feel like you're walking in through the gates of Jurassic World and Jurassic Park, if you will. And you go through these big gates, and then you are immediately immersed inside of the experience. And you feel the soundscapes behind it, the Lego experience, and the interactivity is immediate, is absolutely immediate. And it carries on for what will be 10,000 square foot presentation in our child and exhibit gallery.
There are also plenty of Lego brick building opportunities and lessons about paleontology. Tickets are on sale now, and the exhibit opens October 11th. Coming up next on CTV News, baseball backlash, why some season ticket holders are demanding refunds from a local team.
I just want to know what's going on and where our money is.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Some Energy City Cactus Rats season ticket holders are demanding refunds. After years of delays, the team's new ballpark in Spruce Grove is still under construction. As CTV's Nav Sanga reports, the fans are frustrated they've paid for seats that don't even exist yet.
Back in 2023, Jennifer Vachon bought season tickets for the team, then known as the Edmonton Prospects, since rebranded as the Energy City Cactus Rats. She says a big reason she made the investment was a promise of the team's new ballpark in Spruce Grove. But 3 years after construction started, it's still not done.
Yeah, I was ready for an exciting season, and it's just been really disappointing.
Vachon has been trying unsuccessfully to get a refund for her $1,600 since February 2024. At one point, a representative from the team asked if Vachon would accept an e-transfer, which she says never came.
It's my money, and we've just heard nothing.
I just want to know what's going on and where our money is.
Sandy Miller bought a pair of tickets for this year's season for more than $1,000. The team anticipated a home opener in the new ballpark in June. That was pushed to July.
And at that point, I said, I want a refund because I know it's not going to be open this year, and I can't commit to next year.
Instead, in an email, she was told the team would be playing its first home games at Henry Singer Ballpark this weekend. It would cost her an additional $30 to attend, and spectators could bring their own lawn chairs.
I don't want to go sit in a field and watch a ball game. I want the whole experience of the stadium and everything they promised.
Miller has been told she's on a refund list, but in a statement to CTV News, the Energy City Cactus Rats say our ticket policies, including those regarding refunds, align with the broader Western Canadian Baseball League standards. Under those guidelines, refunds are not issued, even in cases of venue-related disruptions. Adding all 2025 season ticket holders have received a full credit toward 2026 season tickets.
It's very frustrating, and it's left a really bad taste in our mouth. Like, I don't even know if I want to watch any games.
The Energy City Cactus Rats say they are completing an assessment to determine if a 2025 opening remains viable. Nav Sanga, CTV News, Spruce Grove.
The Edmonton Elks are tackling hunger in the city with a food drive. They're gearing up by sorting food donations at Edmonton's Food Bank. It comes ahead of their game day food drive on Sunday when they face the Ottawa Red Blacks. The food bank says 43,000 people are using its services monthly. That's 2,000 more than last year. The campaign aims to drive up donations in the summer.
You know, things kind of slow down. People think of food banks at festive times of the year. So it is a key time of year where we can encourage people to support our work. Whether they come to a game, it's a great family event. Buy your tickets, come out, bring your food donation.
Last year, fans brought in more than 10,000 kilograms in food donations. The First Foot Pancake Breakfast launched the start of the Calgary Stampede this morning. Pancake lovers lined up for their favorite fix while listening to music from the Frontiers and Mackenzie Brown. Green Fools Theatre and the Chinook Line Dancers also entertained the crowd. Premier Danielle Smith and Calgary Mayor Jody Gondek were there serving breakfast. The Stampede Parade is tomorrow, and the greatest outdoor show on earth runs in Calgary until July 13. Still to come tonight on CTV News, On the Line, a local art display using telephones nominated for an international award.
Public art pieces are here to help create vibrancy and give the city a little bit more personality and color.
Programming brought to you by Federated Co-ops. Find your summer sweepstakes. Unlock your chances to win at your local co-op.
The city is inviting people to discover the healing benefits of connecting with our urban forest. Forest bathing is being offered at 4 different parks throughout the summer. The practice is also known as Shinrin-yoku. It involves spending intentional time in nature to enhance your well-being. The sessions will be led by a certified guide and include silent meditation and sensory activities. You can forest bathe at the Northeast River Valley Park, White Mud Creek Ravine, Capilano Park, and the John Jansen Nature Center. The free guided sessions run Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I'm intrigued.
I'm glad they clarified what nature bathing is, Josh. That's not what I was imagining.
Well, that might be a potential live weather hit.
Just some fella down in the river with one of those.
Yeah, John Jansen.
Scrubbing away. Get the
Take a look outside. Today was maybe a little chilly for that. Next week, the heat's coming back, though. There's the Action Furnace River Valley Sky Cam. Partly cloudy skies over the Edmonton area right now. Action Furnace, fixed right or it's free. We're at 17 degrees currently in Edmonton. 19 so far for the daytime high, although as we said, it's 19.2. We'll see if the official number comes in a couple tenths of a degree warmer and bumps us to 20. 17 in Fort McMurray right now. 21's Cold Lake and Lloydminster. 17 in Grand Prairie and 14 in Red Deer, where we've had some showers and some pretty gusty wind. Maximum wind gusts this afternoon to about 35 kilometers per hour here in the city. Close to 50, though, in Red Deer. In the 50s in the northwest. Look at Fort McMurray. Gusts close to 60 earlier in the day today. You've also had some showers, and especially just north of Fort McMurray, some thunderstorms rumbling through the area. For a while, we had a severe thunderstorm warning. That cell is now off into Saskatchewan. As we pointed out, there were a few hit-and-miss showers and thunderstorms in northwestern Alberta once again. Here in the Edmonton region, it's just been a couple scattered, really light showers, and what's falling now off to the west of the city is pretty broken and continues to fizzle out as it tracks to the east. So can't rule out 1 or 2 neighborhoods, maybe seeing a few sprinkles, but I think most areas should be just partly cloudy through the remainder of this evening. Certainly by about 10 p.m. that all slides out of here. Still some rain, though, and some thunderstorms potentially north of Fort McMurray right through the late evening and overnight period. And some of that shower activity will continue into the early morning hours around Fort McMurray tomorrow. Here in Edmonton, this thicker cloud cover should be north of us in the morning, so we'll get some sunshine in the morning, slides through midday, and then we're back to some sunshine in the afternoon. Saturday, sunnier in the morning with some increase in cloud in the afternoon. Watch these thunderstorms start to pop up from Peace River all the way southeast towards Red Deer late afternoon, and in the evening hours could see some thunderstorms in the Edmonton region. The potential is there for some severe thunderstorms once again in parts of central and north central Alberta. That changes over to rain for Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and then rain breaks down and moves off to the east by Sunday afternoon. 10 degrees in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning. 7s in Red Deer and Grand Prairie. We'll be around 11 degrees here in the city. Highs near 20 across the north. There's that chance of showers in Fort McMurray, especially early in the day. Highs near 20 as well for Red Deer, Lloydminster, Coronation. A little warmer there in Jasper. Partly cloudy in 23. Here in the city, mid-teens this evening with some clearing by mid to late evening. Sunshine to start the day tomorrow. Again, it'll be a little gusty, very similar to what we had today. Gusts to about 30, 35 kilometers per hour. And pretty similar temperatures as well, up around 20 or 21 for a daytime high. 23 Saturday, chance of a thunderstorm Saturday evening, then a chance of showers or light rain for Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Sunny breaks by Sunday afternoon, though. We'll get back to 24 with some sunshine Monday and highs near 30 for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. If that's not forest bathing weather, Matt, I don't know what is.
All right. Josh, thank you. An art project inviting people to chat in West Edmonton has been nominated for an international award. Play It By Ear is a series of 13 brightly colored telephones in Butler Memorial Park. Each phone is connected. If someone picks up the phone, another phone in the park will ring for someone else to hopefully answer. Play It By Ear was one of the 100 worldwide art displays nominated for a CODA award, and the winner will be selected in August.
Public art pieces are here to help create vibrancy and give the city a little bit more personality and color. And that's one of the things that I would always encourage people to think about when they're seeing and interacting with our public art pieces.
2 Calgary artists created the interactive sculptures. The phones have been installed in the park since 2023. When we return, small town singers, the competition and camaraderie amongst karaoke contestants.
It's helped me discover things about myself that I didn't even know were there.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You can find karaoke competitions happening in small towns across Alberta almost any night of the week. In Thorsby, the competition isn't as important as the community that the contestants have found. CTV's Connor Hogg has more.
People have come from all over Alberta to visit the Thorsby Hotel. Not to stay, but to sing.
Honestly, it's actually one of the best things I've ever done.
This is a preliminary round of the KWC Global Music Contest, a karaoke competition. The winner will get a chance to sing on a global stage. But for most competing here, a trip to the next round of qualifiers isn't the real prize.
It's kind of a release of endorphins. For personally myself, I like to bottle them up and try not to let my emotions show too much, and then music I can express them a bit more.
Taking to the stage brings out another side of each contestant.
It's helped me discover things about myself that I didn't even know were there.
When I first started, when I was all bottled up and not really singing that loud, now I felt songs a bit much easier, and I get a little less nervous.
With validation and support coming from fellow performers.
It helps you, it almost energizes you in that sense, so you can deliver a better performance.
I've been opened up to a whole new community of people that like to sing, and that's cool. That's really cool.
While there are winners selected, the real prize is the connections being made. A group of friends always ready to welcome one more. And helping each other raise their voice. In Thorsby, Connor Hogg, CTV News.
That's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.